because they need to register to vote so that we vote in prosecutors and governors and DAs and all that will execute justice. Many of them see Dante's as a trophy. Is another conviction, rather than looking beyond that, saying, I'm here to do what is right, because you're not protecting the public when you lock up the wrong man. The thing that people need to understand in this county is that whoever killed this young man is free. And who knows if he or she is killed again. They didn't pursue them. So it is increasing the risk of everyone to lock up people that did not do the crime.
The students at ECU could determine elections in Greenville. The numbers are that big. They could determine the kind of DAs and the kind of judges that sit on the bench. They should be fully engaged, whether it's the National Action Network, the NAACP, whatever groups. We have a chapter on the campus. And we need all of our college students to be engaged, and we need to be mindful. This happened also right across the border in Wilson County. James Johnson, first case I worked on as NAACP president, 19 years old. Dr. Sharpton, he was incarcerated when he was 17, sat in jail 4 years without a trial. He was offered a 40-some year plea bargain, and we proved that he was innocent. So this is not something that just happened. It is happening. And it could be any one of our children. And that should scare us into action. You know, you heard that scared straight. Well, this ought to scare us to action. This really ought to scare us to action. Yes, sir.
Edward Shee, WITN. After 22 years, what got you guys involved with this now?
Well, for me, his mother, the lawyers, came to us. There was also another case in Winston-Salem. And that young man, by the way, is out now. We were doing two at one time, Kevin Michael Smith. And they shared the evidence with our attorneys, they reviewed it, and it was so traumatic to the mother, and so dramatic in what we saw in the way in which his rights were so violated. And so we engaged and began to work with the lawyers, met with the governor, met with the attorney general, began to bring light. Because I think a lot of people thought after 20 years, 2 years, just forget it. You just let it die. But we're not going to let it die. This is a resurrection. This is a resurrection. And I told somebody, they asked me why did I wear my red shirt tonight. I said, well, it's Pentecost. And the season of Pentecost, the color is red. And Pentecost is about people getting on one accord, coming out of their corners and getting in the street. And we intend to do that until Dante is free.
I got involved when Reverend Barber raised this to our attention at National Action Network. And I worked for the last several years. National Action Network was the organization working on the Obama administration to deal with a lot of people that were incarcerated wrongly and low-level nonviolent drug offenders. And President Obama commuted more sentences than the last 11 presidents combined. And so I had a lot of familiarity with this. Our lawyers talked to the lawyers for Dante, and when they laid out the case to me, I was compelled to come. And that's when I said to Reverend Barber, I absolutely will come, because I think that this is as bad as it gets.
And let me say, Reverend Sharpton said, I will come, period. There were no caveats. He didn't say, I'll come if you can do this, I'll come if you can provide it. He said, I'll come. And I know how his schedule is. Same thing if he asks me to do something, because we have to. And this is a moral issue. This is the kind of, we're preachers. And not only have they violated the constitutional law, they have violated the deep moral law of God. And let me say one thing for the media, because it got mixed up the last time about Dante. Because somebody tried to say, well, Dante was a drug dealer. Here's the truth. Dante was never convicted. He was honest enough when they arrested him and said, look, yes, sometime I stole some marijuana. He was trying to be truthful. That's all. And that got wrapped into the story to try to use that to say, here is this drug dealer in Pitt County that convicted him. No. This was a young boy, 19 years old. Maybe he made a few mistakes. We all have. But he's not the killer. And the alibis that could have proven he was not even there, they were never interviewed. So it's important that we know what we're dealing with. And what we've seen for 22 years is ungodly spin. The system trying to protect itself rather than the system saying, we repent. You know, if the system would repent, you could have more trust.
That's right.
But when the system will not repent, it continues to make us raise questions in many different cases in many different ways. One more question, because Doctor's got to get on the road.
Janet Cavagnacci with the Carolina Tribune. I'd like to find out, you said there was a federal prosecutor that said that he should be let go?
Yeah.
Could you explain that?
The lawyers can explain that more deeply, but in 2009, and the Eastern District Court, just so you'll get a picture of Eastern District Court, has never had an African American on that court. Here we are, 150-some years past slavery, and the Eastern District Court in North Carolina never had an African American, right? That's the court that when they looked at the evidence, they said this man should be set free. Now it did go to the Fourth Circuit, and the Fourth Circuit, the lawyers will tell you those details and why they did that, because of some things we believe weren't really shown to the Fourth Circuit. The fact of the matter is Dante's case has never been fully laid out on the table. What has been cover-up and collusion, cover-up and collusion, cover-up and collusion to get a conviction. So I would ask you to talk to Caitlin Swain, the attorney, to give you the full details. We got to get him out. He's got to catch a plane.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doc.